Okay, greetings, Patriots, Starseeds Lightworkers, and of course our brave, very brave military and galactic brothers and sisters. Welcome to 1776 United, and we're in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Today is October the 30th, 2025. I'm Alex West, and let's get into it. Now, actually, before I get into it, excuse me, I'm going to read this out. This is the military drops that are coming out via military intel. And if people have already gone through it based on their research and everything else, okay, this is not for you. It's for the people that have not got notifications or got this content. So I'm doing this for them. Now, The Simpsons could have predicted it right. They had an episode claiming that on Thursday, October the 30th, which is today, 2025, everything would stop. Internet, phone, computers, even satellites would go dead with hours of the world, or within hours of the world disconnecting. In America, chaos would spread fast. Banks closed, stores accepting only cash, and ATMs failing. News stations went blank. Airports shut down as of flights being grounded without navigation. Traffic lights dead, and highways became war zones. Did The Simpsons get it right? Well, Trump had watched a episode. Maybe he has watched an episode or two, and has contributing plans maybe to put in place based on The Simpsons. Well, we'll see what happens here on October 30th, which is today, right? Okay, Trump, I call it 5D chess game, will be over very soon. We're talking within days now. Israeli bribe traders, which were in the Congress, the Senate, all, Democrats and Republicans and anybody else that is part of that globalist affair, are all heading towards the gallows. Bankers, politicians, and global deletes. Excuse me. U.S. corporations, which had stolen U.S. taxpayers' money since the early 1800s, will be officially dissolved. Though, in reality, it had been bankrupt and dysfunctional on the fiat dollar since the Nixon era, and that was in 1971. So basically, the United States has been bankrupt since 1971. Yeah, and they've been lying to you and making up all this false bullshit about how the economy's doing all this other wonderful things. No, it hasn't. I mean, look who was running it since 1971. Other than Reagan, there hasn't been a decent president in there. They're all been globalists. Now, the East Wing of the White House has been largely torn down so Trump could build a new $30 million ballroom with donated monies. With destruction of the West Wing came the loss of the Pentagon alignment that hooked up to the cabal privacy-owned IRS to that Pentagon. So everything was interconnected with that East Wing. That was all torn down. So they have total disconnection with the White House now, which is really good. DC's underground sensors went wild because, that was total cutoff of the deep state. Electromagnetic fluctuations, radar interferences, and other wildlife shifts around the eclipse confirms that the rupture of the Masonic Pentagon and all the algorithms around there had been severed. Washington D.C. streets were basically like a Masonic ley line. Okay. Now, all those lodges that were interconnected with them have all been gone dark with the many cancellation of their annual Halloween rituals is all coming down. Okay. Okay, son. The Scottish Rite building close to its doors had to close its doors. The Pentagon Inner Lodge stopped logging floor access. The power that once flowed through the city's geometric veins are gone, and that's good. The grid system is now silent. With the new structure beneath the new ballroom realigning the White House with the natural magnetic field of the Earth, the frequency of the entire Capitol has changed. The control lattice that fed off trauma and ritual had been severed. The obelisk no longer transmitted, which is really great news. So their cabal system inside Washington to make it even functional is not even Washington, D.C. anymore. It's not a corporation anymore. They're cutting off all those. That's why Trump is doing what he's doing, and you're getting all this hissing and flaring out from the crazy lefts. They're sick people, and they don't want their ritual satanic bullshit to go away. And anybody that is going against this is basically exposing themselves. The deconstruction also erased the Washington, D.C. IMF servers, which is great. Terminated the SWIFT network. Wonderful. That's our banking system. Now it's gone into QFS. European central ledgers transferred to QFS backup nodes. And the Bank of England was no longer under, or was now under military control. What would arise in its place was the quantum fortress, a live, living structure broadcasting sovereignty instead of submission, freedom instead of fear. The Vatican, London, D.C. Triad, and the loss of its keystone corporations are gone. Their their geometry, it's a long word, has collapsed. Their frequencies no longer hold. The age of ritual control was over, and in the Republic, once enslaved by symbols, now are taking it back and along with the power. Since Trump took office, America has been in an internal war trying to make peace. Now with the Q movement, completion of the gold asset-backed global currency reset under support of 209 countries, that peace was on the horizon. Trump has successfully destroyed the old Illuminati cabal SWIFT system and ordered the new gold-backed quantum financial system to return and replace it. Upon order of the President, Commander-in-Chief, on October the 25th, which was a few days ago, Zulu, a Code Omega reclamation sequence pulse, was fired from the new quantum financial system, headquarters at Shriver Space Force Command in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The action meant that the new quantum financial was now fully operational. Autonomous, as it automatically pulled the Illuminati cabal-owned banks of England, which had been controlled the global financial system throughout the old SWIFT network under military occupation, is now under a military occupation by the Patriots, okay? The quantum wave terminated the old SWIFT global financial network, erased the IMF servers in Washington, D.C., which is now the Washington Republic, part of the Republic, and has now transferred European central ledgers back to the QFS. Now, every fiat money transaction across the world would be null and void as gold-backed currency took over. Wonderful. It was believed that there would be 209 nations which have or would pledge not to be or go to war with each other so they could join the new global financial system. Quantum financial system, NESARA GESARA, all that was already signed, and they are all looking forward for all their monies to be revaluated with no more cabal manipulation. With the Satan worshipping Illuminati cabal SWIFT system no longer working and the new GFS active, it was no wonder Trump has and was having such success in ending wars and establishing peace across the world, because he just said, you go to war, we're going to cut you off. We're going to cut all funding off for your built up war that was being usually funded by the military industrial complex or the NATO alliance that was funding, that they were being funded through the USAID, USAID, through the through the Bush administration, Clinton, what's that other clown in there, Obama. Okay, so now an operation it's a huge operation wave deployed from Starlink Node 27 that activated harmonic frequencies beacons above every major financial hub. This resulted in a global power surge. Internet legacy spiked, plus bank networks were all malfunctioning. And the banks, what they were doing was saying, "Oh, we just got some banking glitches going on. It's no problem." But what was happening was they were basically knocking out their old SWIFT system and then reinstalling it with the QFS Starlink system. A team of military engineers and civilian specialists already assessed and activated the first bioquantum interface module located in a vault complex below CERN, and that is another war in a story in itself. A western suburb of Geneva on the France-Swiss border, the module used plasma light to link human consciousness with and via DNA into the quantum grid. So that's all being recalibrated to send out the frequencies that are going to match up with Mother Earth, our Gaia, and of course humanity, right? So we're all going to be all connected. As the QFS global currency reset completed, every human across the world would be issued a QID access pass tied to their DNA frequency signature. That's every human on the planet except the bad ones. Okay? You baddies are not going to be included in this. So there you go. You expose yourself for really who you really are, and this is that's the prize you get. Nothing. You get a blank screen. This was their money account. Okay, this was for their money account called the wallet on the new system. No more banks controlling your money. Your soul becomes your money account. Your wallet becomes your new QFS. Okay. Each QFS account was singular, okay, tied to your birth identity. No joint ownership, okay? That means there's no joint accounts or anything. Everybody has their own account because all it does is create havoc and chaos. No corporate manipulation. Quantum key mapping links your account to your consciousness field. So only you can access your account, right? And that only makes sense. It's like a fingerprint or a the center of your eye, like your iris. Your energy, your frequency, your signature, verified through the system quantum resonance and resonates checked. Lose your card, verify through the identity residence, and reclaim instantly. Okay? So nobody else, if you drop the card in the middle of the mall going on the way out, nobody can use it because it's all biometrically connected to you only. Quantum encrypted does not fail. Okay? There is no failure here. This was financial autonomy in its purest form. God bless him. A light event was scheduled for the 22nd of November. It was the time when the emergency broadcast system was activated or whatever. We'll see what happens here. MedBed's activation and disclosure fused into the global experience. All that is coming this year. And I believe everything's going to happen this year. Okay, my time is up. Part 1 is over. I'll try to get into part 2 here.